If you look at my plan, there's one variable I haven't created or used yet, int color. Again, this is going to represent shades of gray, so I'm only going to need one variable for it, not three. I'm not going to get into the RGB colors. So I've gone back to my class star and added int my color, and I've set it to 255 so that the initial color is white. And I haven't changed the constructor at all, but I copied the constructor and I added an additional variable to it. This constructor name or class name plus the list of variables that come after it are this is the signature of the particular version that we're calling. This is an example of an overloaded constructor. Which means that we have more than one way to call the star class. We can call the star class with either 3 variables or 4 variables. If we call it with the 4th variable, we'll be able to change the color. And this works just the same way as the other one did, except we have temp color being set to my color. If we don't set the color will be white by default. So let's go back to the display star. So we're calling my star, where we call the constructor. And this is going to call the overloaded. And this is going to pass 4 variables, this is going to pass 3. So when we're setting it at 85, that's fairly dark gray. So when I call this, it's going to build the star based on this with this 4th variable, which will allow me to change the color. My star will have the default my color of white. Let's give it a shot. So this one took a color variable. This one is the default shade of white. I can change that color variable, or I can add a variable to this one, and that will now call the other constructor, and you can see that I can pass it in. And if I don't want to call it, I can always take out that last variable. That'll make it call the constructor again, and that larger star will be white and light gray. So that's showing that you can choose how many variables you pass. Now this should make sense to you because you've already been working with the fill and line, which if you pass the RGB values, you can either pass 3 or 4. If you pass the 4th value, you're passing the level of transparency. So this is something that shouldn't come as that much of a stretch to you. You should be able to see that we've already been doing that when we're using fill and stroke. And in other places, we can call things with multiple sets of variables, and when you call it, it looks for the signature where it matches the number and type of variables that you're sending.